Okay, we'll start with this first. Okay? If you choose, those are your questions. You don't have to do these. Okay, so in case you're wondering what this is saying, so in the Star Wars franchise, this would be the, I don't know, the episodes 4, 5, and 6, mainly pertains to that. Character by the name of Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford. He was the pilot of what ship? That's what goes in here. Okay? Then, for bonus 2, who is the co-pilot of this ship? It's not even a human being that belongs here. It's a character. Okay? So the answer to question number 2 is who's the co-pilot of this ship here. Then, on the show Sunday morning, which of course takes place every Sunday morning from 8 to 9:30 Central Time. Our current host, Jane Pauley, I suppose, Jane Pauley. There were 2 previous hosts before her. They're both named Charles. Okay? But who are the predecessors before Jane Pauley on the show Sunday morning? You don't have to give both. You can just give one or the other. Okay? Those are your 3 bonus questions. Then, is there anything about these diagrams that you feel you would like to go over? You have to know the heart, okay? These structures, which we went over, we can do that again. There's muscular names that are in the drop folder. You have to know all those bones that's also in the drop folder. There's a diagram in your book on page, 849. That seems to stick out in my mind. And then there's also muscles that we want you to know. Okay. Then there's arteries, and then there's veins. Okay. Those structures, diagrams, names, all of that is available for you in the drop folder. Okay. Now, we don't have a track meet to rush off to, unlike prior years, because we're ending on a Wednesday. So you still need to have your laptop, so don't turn that in until this is done. Okay? Talk to Mrs. Preheim, be no issues.
If you're opting out, then are we allowed to start?
You're just going to put your name on it and hand it in.
Okay.
Is that the answer to my question?
Is there like a section on the test that has the whole computer part?
No, it's all on the computer.
Okay.
Because this hopefully sets the stage for those of you who may choose, okay, thank you, to take human anatomy and physiology. Because when you look at that course, it's just a little more difficult than what you would see at this level, at the biology level. Okay? So if you want to write these questions down now, you can, or else you can find these on the channel. And as some of these students are writing this down, okay, yes, everyone takes this. Yes, you can opt out of it, okay? But a couple aspects that we said that you need to prepare yourself for, and that is when these are graded, even if it does not count, you may have real opt-out on there. Maybe your parents would ask, I don't know. I'm just using an example. I said 85 points earlier, and even though it's exempted on Infinite Campus, maybe a question would be asked to yourself, why did you get 20 out of 85? And I don't know. You have to prepare yourself for an answer. And what did we say earlier? One, maybe I had other things to do, maybe you don't care, maybe there's other various reasons that you could answer. But we just want you to think about that. All we're asking is for a good conscious effort. And again, if you're opting out, then just put a good conscious effort. That's all we ask. Is there anything else that you would like to go over? Okay, maybe what we spent the least amount of time on was this. Okay, so again, we'll hold it out in this direction, which is going to be a little more tough for yourself, and maybe this is better too, because remember, you are looking at a mirror image. Okay, it's easier for me because this is the right side, that's the left side. That's not the case for you. Okay, because when you're looking at a mirror, yes, I know this is the right, but this is the left side of the heart. This is the right side. Now this is facing yourself, which would make it a little easier. It's so simple to get those confused. The top two chambers, what are they called? You have a right atria and a left atria. Two bottom chambers, what are they called? You have a right ventricle and a left ventricle. Okay? The largest artery in the body, what is this called? Well, this is the aortic arch. This is just the aorta right here. Okay? And then you have three structures right here. You have what's called a brachiocephalic trunk, a left common carotid, and then also a left subclavian artery. Those are part of your arteries and veins list, yes. Okay, it's in the drop folder, I believe, because I do remember seeing those. I guess maybe we should just stick to that of the heart. We said the atria, right, left, ventricles, right, left, the aorta. What's this large vein that's coming from above the heart?
Pulmonary vein.
No. There is a pulmonary vein, but it's not this one. Nope, this is the largest vein in the body. And it's coming from above the heart. It's written up on the board. This is short for superior vena cava. That's this structure. So then this is a vena cava as well, but it's below the heart. Okay? So when we talk about different orientations, superior is up top. What might be from underneath? If it's not superior, it's what? It's inferior. The inferior vena cava. Okay? So then we just have these two guys. You had mentioned the pulmonary artery and vein, which they do exist, but it's not this one. So what you have here is the pulmonary artery, even though it's blue. And what makes that an artery is because it's going away from the heart. Okay? You have a left pulmonary artery, and wrapping underneath the aorta here is your right pulmonary artery. So if this is just pulmonary artery, left, then right. And remember, a majority of these also occur in pairs. Okay? That being said, if this is the pulmonary artery, if this is structures bringing blood back to the heart, pulmonary artery, this must be pulmonary what then? What would you guess?
Vein.
Okay, left pulmonary vein, right pulmonary vein. And those are the structures of the heart. Okay. Would you like to see the arteries and veins up on the overhead?
Yes.
Okay. Can do that. I would venture to think somewhere around 110.
Another billion.
Does it affect just your semester grade? Or does it do your quarter grade too?
Well, it affects your semester grade because it's part of your semester. Okay. So we can look at this quick as well because we had gone over this. Okay. Okay, grab the mouse or else the computer goes to sleep. Okay, so this might be something similar. We just went over this. Okay, so what is this called? It's carrying blood away from the heart, pulmonary artery. Then this is a little more specific because it's going in that direction. You'd think so. Remember, it's a mirror image. This is the left pulmonary artery. Then this one must be the right pulmonary artery. Okay? This large vessel coming out of the heart. Ventricles are down here. This is a blood vessel. There you go. Red blood cells and white blood cells. Okay? This is the aorta. Aorta. If you put aortic arch, you're not wrong. Okay? You don't need to know the valves of the heart. Okay? So if this is the left pulmonary artery, this must be the left what? Pulmonary vein. Here's the right pulmonary vein. This is the right pulmonary artery.
What happens if we get them all flipped up?
Well, then it's wrong. Okay? Now, it's a good question, but no, it's still wrong. Okay, this large vessel here.
Pulmonary vein?
No, pulmonary vein is over here.
The
Superior vena cava. Okay? Then what's this here then? Inferior vena cava. Okay? What chamber is this?
Which one? It's
Left ventricle. This is the right ventricle. This is the what then? Left atria. This is the. Okay. Thank you. All right. So then some questions about these here. Okay. So then let's see here. That. Okay. You have muscles of the human body. Okay. And then let's
Is
see.
there gonna be a word bank?
Sure. Okay. So here, we no longer need these vitamins. Let's see here. That's not coming up. Okay. So here are those veins we were talking about. And then here is a diagram of the arteries. These have been in the drop folder for 2 weeks, perhaps. Funny, I know, right? Okay. So you can see some of these same structures here. Keep in mind there's also a brachiocephalic vein as well, just like there's a brachiocephalic artery, which is right here. So then you might be asking, well, how do we know all this? Well, oops. Here's some of the arteries that we went over, and remember we were standing right here, okay? And when you're talking about this is the brachiocephalic, the left common carotid, and then the left subclavian. So those are also part of these identifications, okay? So this is what we were just talking about right here, all right? Then here are some, we went over all of these muscles, okay? Even though that's not a muscle, it's a tendon, so what must it be doing? What's it connecting? Muscle to bone, okay? Then let's see, there's another picture in here, which is this one. And then here are some of those other muscles that we had talked about earlier. Okay, and then you also, again, have these as well. So these leg muscles, they could get to be a little tricky. You have that as a source. Okay, so we also have this diagram. We're running short on time here, but you could also see this same thing here as well. Let's see here. I know I got this in the way, but you get the idea. You have that to look at as well. Okay? So then this is the left leg. This is what you'd be looking at. Okay? So if you have your list out, you're not going to be able to see this model otherwise. Okay. When we say quads, what does that mean to you? It means 4 muscles. Okay? So with that, what bone is in this area? Right. So this is the rectus femoris right here. Okay? Then what do we have on this side? It's called the vastus lateralis, vastus medialis. So when we say that it's on the medial side, that's where it gets its name. Vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, rectus femoris. You might say that's 3. I agree. But you have what's called the vastus intermedius, which you can't see from here. So those are your 4. Your sartorius muscle is right here. Okay, that's running down the midline. Sartorius right here. And let's see here. We always point this out to people. There's only 3, is usually typical, more so for women. Only 1, 2, 3 are doing this. So just use Anissa as an example. What's she doing with her legs? Crossing them. That's what this muscle allows you to do, is cross your legs. This is called your gracilis right here. Then your hamstring group. Okay? Does anybody know how many muscles are in the hamstring group?
2,
3. Okay? Here they are. So, is there anything that might stick out about your biceps brachii? Why is the prefix bi important?
So there's 2, 3.
Because there's
3.
3. 2? 3?
3.
2.
2.
Bi means 2. Tri means 3.
Oh, yep.
Okay?
Just got the eye.
So this is the same muscle right here. Okay, what about this here? Everyone knows that. Yeah, gluteus maximus. Okay, the reason I wanted to point that out is we need to take that off. But when we do that, okay, one of the things that we can see here, and you can see it on your diagram as well, okay, and that is as follows. Take a closer look here. Put him back in there. And then okay. So, and this is why it's really tough to see, but on the outside you have what's called the biceps femoris. Again, your femoral bone is right underneath here. But this is part of the same muscle, and since it has 2 insertions down here, that's why it's called the biceps femoris. Okay? 2 of these here. Then, use this to your advantage. You have a semitendinosus and a semimembranosus. This really long white connective tissue, That's your clue. It's a connective tissue. So is that a ligament or a tendon? It's a tendon. So therefore, since the connective tissue is longer on here, makes this the semitendinosus because of this. And you can see that on a diagram as well. So then, if this is a semitendinosus, this one must be the semi-what? Well, it's in the drop folder. That'd be the membranosus. Semitendinosus, semimembranosus. Okay? Now, we went through those really fast, but again, we've had this opportunity to look and ask questions for, again, how long would we speculate?
2 weeks.
I would say about 2 weeks. And I think we had said, don't wait until Tuesday night to look over this. How many people are looking over this for maybe about the second time? Good, there's nobody putting their hands up. It's not the first time, is it? So you know what's coming at you. You know what's on there. We've told you everything that's going to be on there. So is there any surprises? Okay? There might be just one slight little surprise, but we have gone over that. And what I mean by that is in your drop folder when it comes to that of the veins. Okay? The reason I say that it could be a surprise, it's as follows. And we need to then I need to dismiss you so I can go grab a bus. Okay? And it's not a low down dirty trick. Okay? It's because I wrote them over there. What I'm referring to. Okay. So like we said, you can see this in a diagram as well. This has 2 insertions down here. That's why this is the biceps femoris. So then the white long connective tissue is the semitendinosus. Then that semimembranosus is underneath. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to point out, okay, when it comes to that of the veins, okay, there's also an internal iliac and an external iliac. That's missing from here, okay? You have a femoral vein, an external iliac, a common iliac, which means you can have a left side and a right side. We also have an internal iliac, okay? You have all of these arteries, okay? These muscles, some of these we've gone over, but again, you can see some sartorius and gracilis, okay? Here's the sartorius. You can see part of it. The gracilis is running across. It's a long muscle on the inside. Then the gastrocnemius. But I don't think that was on there. I think it was soleus that we saw. No, neither one. Sartorius, gracilis. Okay. So these are muscles of the face. Okay. You can certainly look at those quick. Okay. There's the skeleton that was in the drop folder. Well, it's because it's over here, I bet. Okay. Here's your masseter muscle. Here's your buccinator muscle right here. I think I saw that on your list.
Yeah.
Okay. And zygomatic muscle. Think of smiling. How much fun you're having. Okay. Masseter, buccinator, and then these strips here are called the zygomaticus because it attaches to your cheekbones. Okay. Then again, you have these in here, the arteries and the veins, okay, which is part of this diagram. Okay? All right. Anything else? Okay? You have tonight, you have tomorrow night, you have parts of Wednesday. Again, you know everything that is on there. Okay, if you would, please grab your materials and make your way down to Mr. Deitch's room. We'll catch up to you next time, if not next school year. All right, catch up to you then.